Okay, great. Yeah, Sassy will start the round of questions. So let me do a quick summary. And once I do the summary, please, if what I'm summarizing, your question is in it, do not ask, right? Because then you're just bringing us back. So now what we are hearing is there is a new restructuring with the entire project. And what is going to happen is that all our capital and lending aggregation pool balances, your profits, right, is all going to be combined per wallet into a Supernode cash voucher. So if you had 10,000 in lending and 5,000 in profits, you should expect 15,000 in Supernode cash voucher for your wallet, right? Then also you would have to two options: subscribe for a Supernode with the cash voucher to begin the mining and minting of FTC coins, which will be tradable from the day of production, right after launch, right? And launch time is going to be USA Pacific time, like they usually do, instead of maybe Malaysia time. So I believe maybe anywhere from around 3 a.m. Is that it, Mr. Derek? 3 a.m.
Timing wise, I never
You're not too
I
sure.
no say.
Okay. Okay. But it will be June 1st, USA time, Pacific time. Now, the next thing is that you will be, for those that have decided that, you know what, this is over my head, I do not understand the purpose and the power of cryptocurrencies that are just beginning with a community of over 20 million active wallets. So what I'll do is I'll give you a very, very short summary of all the different cryptocurrencies that have their own blockchain, right? You can realize that Ethereum, since launch, has done over 16,000x at its all-time high, meaning that if you had produced even $100 of Ethereum, you would have what, $1.6 million at the time that it hit 4,400. This is the power of a blockchain that has its own cryptocurrency. As volatile as it gets, sustainability is based on the use case, the utility, and the ability to build a large community. We'll look at Shiba Inu, a coin that does nothing, right? What happened? Over 1 million%. Why? Because people value what they value. You cannot make money without a community. People make money, right? So basically, if we want to create wealth, we can, as a community, decide to utilize all the features of Fintoch. And Fintoch is not a one-way street. You have the metaverse section. Do not forget, play to earn is a big deal in many Asian countries where people have created a living from play to earn, earning cryptocurrency. You can do the same with Fintoch's play to earn section, where you can even share a link. They have that coming soon, NFT mining, right? I think we'll speak about that on the next one. Also, the use case of FTC would be for gas fee. Now think about this. If Fintoch has even just 10 million active wallets, right? Spending $1 a day, the time we were running on BSC chain, that was $10 million a day going to somewhere like Binance. In 100 days, that is $1 billion in gas fee. Think about it. Now, all that money comes right into the Fintoch ecosystem, where the profit sharing goes to you, the person that has a node. So think about the value here from over 20 million active wallets who are going to, with every transaction, pay gas fee, right? So there is value in this project in a way that you cannot even imagine, short-term and long-term. So if you're a short-term investor, you can still be excited for the possibility. Once again, nothing I will give here is financial advice, but I can help you understand how things are moving, right? So the next thing we want to look at is you can trade your Supernode vouchers in case you want to opt out on the open market. Fintoch has an OTC market, right? It's run by smart contracts. It allows people to do peer-to-peer exchange. They have launched this weeks ago and it's been running smoothly, right? Now, you can also sell it between each other, like maybe your upline, maybe your downline, someone that really wants to get in on this. They say, look, I have some USDT. If you don't want it, send it to me, we can transfer the vouchers between wallets, right? So that is the important feature. The next thing is there is no more 1% lending and borrowing earnings. How you are earning as a passive investor. So let's say you have the nodes currently on sale are not the super nodes from prior. These are the thin chain nodes, right? 10,000 thin chain nodes with each node valued at $1 million, putting the total valuation at $10 billion, people. Think about the big B. This is the kind of play that is being involved in Fintoch. Not $100 million, not $32 million running from a wallet. We are talking about an evaluation of $10 billion. So from now till the community, whatever we embrace, and the new people that will come on board, this is how valuable the liquidity that will come into FTC blockchain will be, right? So 10, okay, someone said not 10 billion. Well, you can probably help me with the math. $1 million times 10,000 notes, right? Maybe I'm mistaken. What is that? Can someone correct me in the chat, right? Correct me in the chat. If you have your calculator, you can do this. I think I did it and I saw it. Maybe I made a mistake, but you can tell me 1 million, thank you, 10 billion. So whoever is confused in the chat, you're the one that is confused, right? The chat says you can start a node. You can run your own node validator with $100,000. So let's say if I decide or Sassy decides to make a node, validator node for Cash Rich Society, she would need to put $100,000 down as a 10% evaluation, and then she can label that node as Cash Rich Society, and everyone else would delegate into that node. That is what we are doing. We are delegating into the nodes, right? We are not buying subscriptions or buying packages. We are delegating into a pool which costs $1 million, but is 10% put down by a single validator, right? So now the validator who puts the 10% down would produce 5.4%. You said, Mr. Derek, if I'm
No, 5.472 FTC per day.
5.472 FTC per day. FTC is starting at $1. Tomorrow it could be $10. The next day, next month, it could be $100. It could be $1,000. Just think about that, right? And this is daily. Then the entire 90% is where we are delegated. So let's say that is 900,000. If I put $9,000 in Supernode vouchers to subscribe, I have 1% of the entire production of what is left, right? So I'm going to produce 1% in case, let's say, for example, using an example, it is 100 coins that the remaining part of the node will be making. I will make 1 coin a day. If I put I'll put $9,000 from that 900,000. If I put 90,000, then I get 10%, right, of the production value of the remaining. So everyone would delegate into whatever pool that they choose, and you would make from the production within that pool. So that is how that works as far as your production or ROI, you guys want to call it, within that. The next thing is for the team builders, the great question we asked, do we maintain our organization? Do we maintain our team? The answer is yes, based on those that validate or activate their accounts by purchasing the nodes with their node vouchers. This is all going to start tomorrow, right? The 30th. It starts tomorrow, the 30th, to allow us to begin on the 1st, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we make the launching first, then we see the update. We'll let you know.
Okay. So good. So that is what we are looking at. And the next thing is we did have some questions, and he did answer. So let me just go through real quick. The team building remains the same as far as the structure. You were earning 10%, 15% from your front line's daily earnings, and then 10% from your second line's daily earnings. Now they are producing coins. you are earning the coins. So if your team is earning about, for example, 10 coins a day, you are going to earn 15% of 10 coins, which would be 0.15 FTC every day, right? And your second level, 0.10 FTC every day. That is what you're going
Okay.
to be doing.
So for the actual calculation, we will update to you, but the structure is never changed. That's one.
Structure is never changed. Okay, but you're saying that 15% first level, 10%
But
might
it's
change?
out of is derived from the FTC coin. But
Yes,
how
from the
it calculate
FTC.
yeah. But how the actual calculation, we still need to update you.
Okay. So that is the example I'm giving, like you're hearing, is going to be based on the production, the daily production of your team's FTC, right? So now, with that being said on that part, also the ranking system, this is how it works. You, in order to be a GM, it means that is not being based on the supernode investment. So let's say I get started, I have maybe 1,000 in nodes, and then my friend gets started who's already under me, puts 50,000 in nodes. I'm not a GM. This was the old system. If I have 5 directs and 50,000 in volume, I'm a GM. Now it's going to be based on the value of their production. So if your team produces, for example, even $10,000 worth of FTC and the coin 5x's, instantly you are now a GM, and you are going to earn, the earnings will be in FTC, $100 worth of FTC per day, Mr. Derek?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still earn the same compensation plan, but in FTC, right? So if you become a VP, same thing, you already know it means you need 2 people who maintain a GM. So what is the way to build as a team leader? You encourage your team. You don't, we are not here giving financial advice, but if we work together, we can create wealth together. That is the strategy. So maybe they can have a strategy where everyone is selling a percentage of their earnings, but holding a percentage for the long term, right? This is what you guys can discuss amongst yourself as a team. So now the next part also would be, when is the actual lending and borrowing part gonna come? That will come later after 1 month of testing the blockchain, meaning that is running and is attractive. It would then bring in people who actually want to lend multiple assets from Bitcoin, Ethereum, just name it. Anyone can lend assets now in order to create, produce, and earn that FTC or FUSD, which will be stipulated very, very soon for us to find out. Also, for those that had FTH from purchasing it or creating it from their team, when you get started June 1st, you will see your FTH there. It's not going anywhere. This is coming from Mr. Derek, company official. Like I said, we didn't want to speculate, but it's good we have real facts and data coming from someone close to the source. Now, the next part we want to look at, what was the last part? I think, in case I missed, if you want to opt out, what you can do, we've already discussed that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the summary, right? This is the summary. Please, I know everyone has questions. We are going to take it from the co-hosts only. We're going to start off with Sarah Julian, Sassy the Entrepreneur. But before I tune off, Mr. Derek, amazing job. I know you've been working tirelessly around the clock, right? Even your eyes are blinking. It's not easy. But what we'll do is that we'll connect right after this. Thank you for coming on. Please get us all the facts and the details as soon as you get them on anything that we couldn't provide information to. And Sarah Julian, if you're on, the floor is yours. Take the stage. If you have a question that was not in the summary, take over, and then we will take the remaining co-hosts, just about 5, right? I think would be best, maybe 5 or 6, just to be on solid ground. 5 or 6. Let me make you co-host. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Kojo. Appreciated. Really great questions there. And we have quite a bit more. Thank you so much, Mr. Derek, as well, for coming on with the team and answering these questions. You know, so many changes are happening. And of course, people have a lot of questions. So I'm going to jump into it because I know that